Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla, ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge isupport nothando nesikhombise lona lingaphezu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisupporte njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukukhomenta, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla. Namhlanje bekuwusuku olukhulu lapho Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi bekayovela phambi kwe-Adhoc committee lapha eParliament. Sizokhumbula phela ukuthi uyi-witness yabo yokuqala. Ngokomthetho babefuna bona noma ngokohlelo babehlela ukuthi avele kwi-Adhoc committee kuqala ngoba i-commission kaMadlanga yayiphostponiwe, okwesibili yayingakakhiphi idate ethi izoqala nini. Wathola ukuthi maye baphendula yena wathi ubhizi nama-evidence leaders eMadlanga commission, so angeke akwazi ukuvela kwi-Adhoc committee. Angaze abe available ngale kusuka ngomhla ka-22 or 24 kuSeptember somewhere lapho. Bahlalile-ke i-Adhoc committee zaningi izinto ezikhulunywayo. Yakhumbula ukuthi lesikhathi ayethi u-CIC let them subpoena, but kwathothi abavumelani ngoba phela usubpoena someone onqabile ukuze yena akanqabanga kodwa ukuthi wayebhizi ne-commission. Bamdedela-ke watestifya-ke kwi-commission kaMadlanga. Namuhla-ke bekuwusuku lapho khona kuthiwa i-first day bezoqala ukuthi benze umsebenzi wabo eParliament. Kwavele kwane-chaos. Umuntu kodwa osephutheni i-senior counsel. Mkhwanazi, okokuqala ama-terms of reference noma ama-terms of reference wona baguidayo ukuthi basebenza kanjani, baphenya kanjani, baphenya ini. Njengoba babelokhu behlala ama-meetings besetha wona, i-statement esobhalwa Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi funa sihambelane nama-terms of reference wabo. So i-senior counsel iza nama-terms of reference lawa asuka kwi-commission kaMadlanga, bethatha i-statement seMadlanga commission sinjengoba sinjalo ethi uzosebenzisa sona kwi-commission la kusuke khona inkinga ngoba asibonge futhi ukuba khona ka-CIC. Ungamzonda nje u-CIC kodwa loya muntu uyazi ukuthi uma eseParliament wenzani ngasikhathi sini. Uma ungamlalela uzomuza ukuthi hayi u-CIC into ayisho iyaphila ngoba uyena oyiqaphelile lento wayinqanda njengoba igcina ngathi isamile nje. Kusaxoxwa namanje basadinga ukuthi kuzokwenziwa njani. Yabona ngesingami nje bekufuneka bayihlehlise le-Adhoc committee iqale kusasa noma ngolesine. Isizathu salokho ukuthi already isikhathi sesihambile, fanele ngabe sebekude manje kodwa umuntu okuyena obafaka ehlazweni ngoba lento esiyenzeka manje kuba sengathi i-Adhoc committee le ayizimisele noma ayikho prepared ngomsebenzi wabo. Bona bebe prepared kodwa umuntu ongenzanga kahle umsebenzi i-senior counsel. Lo muntu uyi-senior. So ngizokucaphunela ivideo yale chaos ebiyenzeka lapha eParliament kodwa kunamaphuzu abalulekile ashiwo u-CIC namanye ama-members of Parliament. Ngizokucaphunela ivideo-ke yalento eyenzeka lapha eParliament ukuze ube nolwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. And good morning, colleagues and General. I don't understand on which basis do you want General Mkhwanazi to take an oath? Because before us, we have no statement of General Mkhwanazi. We have a supplementary statement. Supplementing what? Because he must first depose to us a statement, and if there is anything to be supplemented, it should be done so. The statement we have is a statement disposed to the commission. We have said to this legal team here, time and again, that we are not a junior committee of the commission. There is no statement of General Mkhwanazi before us. There is a statement of General Mkhwanazi to the commission. And therefore, in the absence of his statement to the Adhoc Committee of Parliament, on which basis do you want him to take an oath? You should know, Chair, that a supplementary statement should be supplementing the original affidavit, if you wish to say so. There is no such. And therefore, General Mkhwanazi is not proper before us. And this legal team has failed us because in the deliberation, we made it very clear, if colleagues are honest with each other, we repeatedly said we cannot use the statement of the commission. We are not a junior of the commission. We have nothing to do with what the commission is doing. We are a parliament, a committee of parliament. Now you want to use a material that is being used and sourced by a commission established by the executive in this separate arm of the state. It is wrong, it is unconstitutional. We have to do things properly. And the proper way is there must be an original statement to us as an ad hoc committee. And if they so wish to be a supplementary statement, let it be. I even said, it doesn't matter, Chair, in that meeting. I said, we can even say to General Mkhwanazi, the first pages of that commission statement, where the statement is directed to a commission, they can be amended to say the ad hoc committee of parliament. And we have something that is directed to us, which will become our property, which will go into the archives of parliament as General Mkhwanazi's statement to parliament. In the history of this parliament, when our children and grandchildren and children of children are going to be looking for General Mkhwanazi's statement to parliament, they won't find it in the archives. So it's not proper before us. And the legal team is to be blamed, not himself. Thanks.
Advocate Arendse, can you please clarify that aspect?
Thank you, Honourable Chair, and in response to Honourable Malema. There is, with respect, a statement before this committee. The statement has now been sworn by General Mkhwanazi. We call it a supplementary statement because much of the factual background was covered extensively by the evidence leaders in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, and that is the 3 volumes you have before you, or 3.1 and 3.2, which contains General Mkhwanazi's statement and the annexes to that statement. At the Madlanga Commission, General Mkhwanazi gave evidence under oath, although his statement was not declared under oath. Judge Madlanga administered the oath, and he gave his evidence under oath. And it would therefore be quite surprising that his evidence before us today would differ materially from the evidence that he has already given before the Madlanga Commission. I acknowledge what Honourable Malema is saying about us not playing second fiddle to the Commission, as it were. But the fact of the matter is this. After Parliament decided to appoint this ad hoc committee and the appointment of ourselves was finalized, the Madlanga Commission had also been proclaimed by the President, and their evidence leaders got hold of Mkhwanazi first, and they started to take a statement from him, which they did, I think, General Mkhwanazi, over a period of some 2 weeks. You will recall, Honourable Chair, that I engaged with the evidence leaders for the Madlanga Commission. You engaged with the chairperson, Justice Madlanga, in relation to when General Mkhwanazi could become available to us. Given your terms of reference, you will recall this committee insisted that this hearing can only commence by us calling General Mkhwanazi first. So for a period of some 3 weeks or more, we were constrained or prevented from engaging with General Mkhwanazi to take a statement from him because he was unavailable. He explained his unavailability to you, Honorable Chair, and to the committee, and asked to be excused. As soon as he concluded his evidence before the Madlanga Commission, he indicated to us that he was now available to be consulted, and which we've done. Our consultation covers the evidence and the statement that he gave at the Madlanga Commission. We've attempted in this supplementary statement to avoid a repetition. Much of what General Mkhwanazi has been heard by honorable members of this committee, by members of the public and the media. In fact, his statement was his redacted statement was also made available to the media. So that is the approach that we've adopted, Honorable Chair, to this inquiry. What honorable members, Honorable Chair, what you will find different to what was done in the Madlanga Commission is that there'll be a lot more engagement with General Mkhwanazi in relation to the issues that forms part of the terms of reference of this committee and not necessarily before the Madlanga Commission. So General Mkhwanazi has been alerted to that, and we've consulted him about it. And different versions will be put to him as opposed to what was the case at the Madlanga Commission. So it is not only appropriate but necessary that we've incorporated the Madlanga statement as part of his statement before this committee, so that the record will indeed in years to come show that incorporated as part of General Mkhwanazi's statement to this committee is also the statement that he made to the Madlanga Commission. Thank you, Chair.
No, before I take the hands, I think what the honorable member wants to know is whether the sworn statement that General Mkhwanazi made at the Madlanga Commission, does it enjoy precedence over this? Because the understanding is that it is supposed to be an annexure to the statement that he has made with yourselves.
No, Honorable Chair. This statement enjoys precedence, but it incorporates by reference the Madlanga Commission inquiry, and there are aspects in this statement where we will cross-reference what he said in the Madlanga.
Yeah, I hear what you are saying. What he's trying to say is that we have two institutions of government, Parliament and the executive. And then Parliament has appointed an ad hoc committee. We have more or less a common list of witnesses. So when a witness comes here, a witness deposits a sworn statement to us in accordance with our terms of reference. And then when we come to the proceedings, we then say, this witness who is appearing before us has also appeared elsewhere. Your statement as the ad hoc committee is this one, but for ease of understanding, there is this other statement which you would have deposited elsewhere. For the interest of members, you can also read it. It's not compulsory. But if you want to enrich your understanding, you can also read this other statement. That is what the honorable member wants to know. And his problem is that the word supplementary is used when the statement is supposed to be an original statement before Parliament, because it is not a document of another arm of government. It's a document of this arm of government, which is Parliament. So what we then have to understand between yourself and General Mkhwanazi is the ownership of this document. That this is the document which I myself, as General Mkhwanazi, had deposited before you as Parliament. And for the purpose of these proceedings, I can confirm that, yes, this is the statement I made with yourselves. If there is any other statement made elsewhere, you can also go through it, it's available. But for the purpose of these proceedings, I confirm that the document before you is the document that I deposited with yourselves. Can we have that understanding?
Well, there's no better person to answer that, Honorable Chair, than General Mkhwanazi himself. He can. Hence, I asked you if you to administer the oath. I will ask him whether this is an original statement that is made to this body.
Yes, let me take the hands. Before I take you, Oscar Sana, let me go back to Honorable Malema, because he's the one who raised this point. He may want to make follow-ups, and then the list will be in this order. It will be Honorable Malema, it will be Honorable Skosana, Honorable Nombalo, Honorable Ngola, and then Honorable Mwango.
No, thanks, Chair. I think the evidence leader, and this is so unfair on General Mkhwanazi. If we had a way, we should have just asked him to step out so that we can debate this. The senior counsel can't say that. Can't say the first statement to us is supplementary statement. That coming from a senior counsel. That the first statement you make is called supplementary statement. What law are you teaching people? It's unacceptable, and we can't help them, Chair, to cure it here in front of cameras. He has to go back and do the right thing. Because even if General Mkhwanazi says, this is my statement to Parliament, but what is written on this thing is supplementary statement. You can't change it. It's here before us. You are going to call General Mkhwanazi before this committee without an original statement. Where have you ever had a situation where you are told the first statement to be disposed is supplementary statement? If we're to ask the senior counsel, where's the original statement? He won't produce it. So if this is the original statement, let it be, let them go and correct it. So it serves here properly. And then we all proceed. And what makes it painful is that it doesn't matter whether colleagues want to do whatever they want to do. We debated this matter many times in this committee and emphasized that General Mkhwanazi will have to dispose a statement to the committee, even if it means cut and paste, as long as there is an original statement to the committee. So that answer doesn't even, General Mkhwanazi doesn't get involved anywhere. He was called, he was asked questions, he was being helped by evidence leaders on how these things can be done. So to invite him now and say, is this an original statement or not? It's incorrect. He gave them what they asked him to give them. If they were not satisfied, they were supposed to come back to us. Now, the legal team does exactly what we want when we appointed the legal team. That there's no legal team which is going to take decisions on behalf of this committee. Now, he goes and takes a decision that a supplementary statement will be an original statement and brings it here and embarrass us in front of cameras like we are a group of people who don't know anything. He says, General Mkhwanazi took an oath at Madlanga Commission. And therefore, because he took an oath at Madlanga Commission, because we do what Madlanga has done, why should he take an oath here? If that's how it works. He disposed the statement at Madlanga, His statement at Madlanga is the statement before us. We must accept that. We must also accept Madlanga's oath. Going to take an oath twice on the same statement. On the same statement. There's no law that says that. I might not be a lawyer, but I'm a lawmaker.
Honorable Skosana.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. I'm not sure, Chair, whether when we sat on our meetings, in fact, before even this Adhoc committee was set, because we sit in these portfolio committees, and it's really embarrassing, I must say, that after we agreed that we are not a subcommittee of the Madlanga Commission, and now we are told that there's a supplementary thank you, Chair. Not because you are talking to someone there. That we have to have a cut and paste is not acceptable as well. I mean, we were told that there was a consultation with the Provincial Commissioner General Mkhwanazi. We are going to be having a different view, here at the Adhoc committee, not what we are told today by the senior counsel. And I think that I will support my colleague on that. Perhaps it would be proper that General Mkhwanazi is excused. Us as committee members discuss this matter, because really we are letting the country again down. It's like we don't know what we are doing. We know where we come from in this country. We had a case where somebody was sentenced without trial, before standing before the judge. Today we are finding ourselves in this again, where we are told that the statement was done, the oath was taken in the Madlanga Commission. It's unacceptable. And I think we should not go that route. My appeal to you, Chair, and to members is that perhaps can we take an adjournment on this matter? I think it will be proper. Otherwise, we'll be continuing doing the wrong thing. We are not a subcommittee of Madlanga Commission. Whatever happened at Madlanga Commission happened at that commission, not here. I thank you, Chair.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, let me start by sharing my deepest discontent as well. That we are starting on a very bad note. From the word go, we are messing things up. And I think we shouldn't allow that if we want to enjoy the respect of South Africans. Chair, we deliberated on this, and I remember we did not only deliberate on this during our ad hoc committee meetings, even during a joint committee meeting between the Portfolio Committee on Justice and the Portfolio Committee on Police, which gave birth to this committee. We debated the role that should be played by Parliament, and we said the doctrine of separation of powers is very clear on the role that should be played in terms of the constitutional mandate by each state or by each organ of the state. But today, we find ourselves in a situation where we are being misled by the technical team or by the legal advisors of this ad hoc committee, because if you say we must rely on the statement of the Madlanga Commission, you are simply subverting the constitutional responsibility of Parliament in this regard. And let's avoid this thing of mentioning Madlanga. Madlanga is a decision of the executive, not a decision of Parliament. We are doing our own, we are initiating our own process here. So we're not going to do any copy and paste kind of work and said, no, because this one has been done by Madlanga. Because if we are doing that, in future, we are going to be told that we can't investigate some of the issues here in the terms of reference because they were investigated by the Madlanga Commission. So, Chairperson, our view is very simple on this one. This must be amended. We are not going to accept this document as it is termed as a supplementary document. It must be an original statement by Lieutenant and General Mkhwanazi, because even the terms of reference, they are not similar. They are slightly different. So we can't be subjected to a process, some of us that do not even have a confidence in. Because some of us don't have confidence in the Commission of Inquiry. We don't have confidence. Now you want to take the work of that commission and impose it here. We're not going to allow that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, you'll recall that the Senior Council did confirm to us in the last Adhoc committee meeting that there will be an original statement for the work of the Adhoc committee, and the Commission of Inquiry statement will be just an attachment. So when I saw that the statement itself is addressed to the chair of the Adhoc committee, I thought that's what we have agreed about. So when I saw supplementary, I thought that the general is supplementing the statement of the 6th of July. So hence, I didn't notice what Honorable Malema has noticed. I think, Chair, it's just unfortunate, and we must plead with our evidence leaders to avoid making such mistakes so that we don't tamper with the credibility of the process itself. So in trying to mitigate the situation, maybe, Chair, because it's supposed to be sworn statement instead of supplementary statement. So I would want to request that we adjourn for 15 minutes and that defect be cured. Then we take the general to be administered in terms of oath. Then we proceed, Chair. Thank you very much.
Honorable Mwango.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning, colleagues, and Honorable General Mkhwanazi, you are not Honorable Member yet. Yes, I would like Honorable Chairperson to support the proposal that we adjourn this meeting for 15 minutes or so and correct these distortions that are in here, because the letter written to you, Honorable Chairperson, which is attached, which is part of volume 1, actually reads, please see under cover hereof the witness statement of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. It doesn't talk about a supplementary. But on the following page, the following page actually starts off by saying supplementary witness statement of General Mkhwanazi. So clearly there is a distortion here. So I think this needs to be corrected, but it cannot be corrected in front of the cameras. But we need to adjourn and then get these things corrected so that we can resume our job.
Okay, let's do like this so that I have listened to what you have said, and you are very right. The two institutions are separate. Every document that comes here before Parliament must be an original document before the eyes of Parliament. But maybe what we must do is that before we adjourn to correct the typo, I'm going to ask respectfully General Mkhwanazi to confirm that the statement that has been made, I know that procedure.
On a point of order, Chair. On a point of order.
Yeah, can I finish what I'm saying? So
on a point of order, Chair.
When you call the point of
order.
order.
No, I insist on a point of order. We are about to mess up. On a point of order.
Okay, point of order taken.
There is no General Mkhwanazi before this committee. He's not here until we've satisfied his appearance before us. It is procedurally wrong. Because once you talk to him, the first thing he must do, the first step he must do is to take an oath. Is to take an oath. Then only then he's before us. In the absence of the oath, a re shaleng re lokisha ditaba tja rena, re lokolle monno wa batho. Let's release him. He's not part of this mess. He's a witness called to come before us after he was told he met all the requirements. You can't ask him anything. The only time we are going to interact with him, because if you ask him something, I'm also bound to ask him something, because me and you enjoy the same rights. And then the whole house is going to start asking him questions. He has not administered an oath of, has not taken an oath. So please, Chair, we are all agreed. Let's release him. And I don't know if 15 minutes is realistic, because he's going to take up issues with the legal team as well when they arrive there. So I don't know, but to engage General Mkhwanazi is actually out of order, because he's not before us. He has to first take, he's not a member of parliament. He has to first take an oath, and then from there we can engage him.
Yeah. No, that is a valid point, Honorable Member, and I 100% agree with you that he is not properly appearing before us. And before we ask him any question, he must have taken an oath with us. And I will stand by your advice, because I wanted to save. And I understand that procedurally I would have been wrong, so that we must know whether we are going to proceed or we are not going to proceed. Because for us to proceed is only if we can know whether what is contained in this document that is before us is what he's going to agree with. That yes, this is what I deposited before you. And then the corrections which are made must be made, and then we reconvene and proceed. But for now, I agree with Honorable Malema that we will not be able to ask him any question until he has taken a statement with us. So we are going to break now. We are going to break senior council and determine whether the mistakes that are on the document are correctable. Yes. Let me take senior counsel, Honorable Mkhwanazi.
If I may just remind the honorable members of the events leading up to this hearing. After the National Assembly appointed this committee, the Madlanga Commission had also been established. Central to this committee's terms of reference were the allegations made by General Mkhwanazi. When we at some point suggested or proposed that perhaps we should make a start with some other witness, so that at least we can get the hearings going, the committee, I think near unanimously, said no, we must first call General Mkhwanazi. But General Mkhwanazi became unavailable and wrote to you in that regard. And Judge Madlanga had also spoken to you and the evidence leaders to me to say, unfortunately, General Mkhwanazi is engaged initially in statement taking, and subsequently that he would be appearing before them for 4 or 5 days. And that made General Mkhwanazi unavailable. You, Chair, in an exchange of letters with Judge Madlanga, agreed that we will, by way of cooperation and mutual respect, work together and try and save some time and unnecessary costs by exchanging documents and witness statements, etc., without either of the two parties, because of the separation of powers, being bound by what the other had either drafted by way of the documents or any evidence that's given. To the extent that it has been said or it's inferred that this committee, and we are bound by the Madlanga statement or the evidence that General Mkhwanazi gave before that commission, is not correct. It's not legally correct. We are not bound by it. But to the extent, and that is what General Mkhwanazi says at paragraph 8 in his sworn statement, which has now been sworn and which is an original statement. He says that I consulted with the committee's evidence leaders on 25 and 26 September. Having reviewed the terms of reference, I observed significant overlap in the background factual issues and evidence are provided.
Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there.
So just conclude, Chair.
Just hold it there, Sidiaka. You see the problem. The problem may not be the contents of the statement. The problem is that this document, when it appears before the committee, it must be an original document that the committee can have or can claim ownership. And that is why members have a problem with the use of the word supplementary on the document. It must be original statement made to the ad hoc committee by General Mkhwanazi. So if you go to the contents, you are trying to justify a document that self-justifies itself. So we want you to correct that mistake of using the word supplementary on the document. Let it become an original document to the attention of the Ad hoc Committee of Parliament.
The Chair, may I request that we simply be directed or instructed to remove the word supplementary. I think that is the unfortunate word that has been used. This is, and General Mkhwanazi can confirm it under oath, this is very much an original statement that we've taken.
Senior Counsel, I hear what you are saying. The members are saying that he can only confirm those documents once oath has been administered. So if there is a weight that suggests that this document has been brought from elsewhere and is not our document, this meeting will not proceed. So if you were to write original on the document and then you bring it here, there is nobody who will have a problem with it. It is only the witness himself or herself who can have a problem to say, why do you say this paragraph is original? Because it's not what I deposed with yourselves. So the members are requesting that, or are instructing that the document cannot be supplementary. Parliament has original powers. And for sure, you also know that in this country, we practice what we call parliamentary executive system. The executive itself is a creature of parliament. Without parliament, you don't have the executive in the South African parliamentary system. So can we please adjourn without deliberating further on these matters and get to a point where the witness is called to own the statement or not, please?
Chair, may I just say lastly that
no, Senior Counsel, I'm not. You know, if I'm not allowing members to speak, I can't allow you to speak any further. We adjourn and then we correct.
Check. I want to raise on a different point.
Yeah, it's a simple. Yeah, no, it's fine. You will raise that point when we are a committee.
Yeah.
Because I don't think what the senior counsel is doing to you is acceptable. You can't allow that.
Yeah, what
Can't allow being undermined like that.
What I'm saying, honorable members, is that
I really have no confidence in him from what he did now. We must change him.
I have
To argue with us and argue with you in front of cameras, and you allow that.
I have restrained the senior counsel, honorable member. So what we should do is to adjourn. The instructions are very clear. Let's correct the statement. We must look, our business is to allow the witness to make a presentation before us. And senior counsel, please help us to have, the witness is here. Please help us to have the witness making the presentations, which not me and you, but which South Africans want to hear. Please, let's do this for the people of this country. And I have said we have agenda for that correction to happen. Thank you so much.
Chair.
Yeah.
The statement has not been signed. The statement before us. There's no signature.
Yeah, that is technical.
No.
Yona into eyenzeka ke eParliament kumanje nje ngikhuluma nawe ngenza le video isikhathi 17 minutes before 1 ayikaqhubeki iCommission basakhuluma labantu ngoba kuyaphikiswana kodwa ayikho into ephikiswana abaphikisana ngayo mawulalela kahle lapha ithi ngibeke kahle bayabonisana ngoba into abanenkinga nayo ile yenzo senior counsel. And phela senior counsel ibalekile ukuthi bekhona ubibona abantu laba abasebenza ngokomthetho. Khumbula ukuthi bona baguide iParliament ukuthi ifuneka isebenze kanjani ukuze yonke into eyenzayo iyenze bihambelana nomthetho waseSouth Africa. So abantu nje okuyibona abenza kube sengathi amaParliament abayazi into abayenzayo senior counsel. Labantu ababazi umthetho. Labantu abazi umthetho. Siyambonga ku-CIC ngoba uyena obone lento. Ukube nje mhlawumbe u-CIC akayinothisa beboyinothisa sekulate. Ngoba u-CIC uyinqande ezisuka nje angazi athathi oath uGeneral Mkhwanazi. So eqinisweni lilonke ba waste isikhathi nje. I-senior counsel waste isikhathi sika General Mkhwanazi. I waste isikhathi sika General Mkhwanazi senior counsel. Yeah, kodwa nami ngiya understand lento. Abayishoyo ama terms of reference for i-committee kaMadlanga nama terms of reference for i-committee i-Adhoc committee awefana. Okwesibili ama findings we-Adhoc committee azosubmitwa to Parliament azokwazi ukuthi kube nama actions athathwayo ngawo sekungashiyana khona ukuthi uma bengalenzanga iqiniso bese bavota against leso sinqumo leso kodwa njengabantu base South Africa siyobaphanisha ngalokho ngoba oyokwenza lokho ngeke simvote loba sobe sibaza abantu abavuna ubugebengu into enhle ileyo kanti aweMadlanga commission ama recommendations iyothatha ireport yonke emqingo njengezondo commission inike upresident wethu besenza adume ngakho enza dume ngakho nje ayibeke uma bembuza ngakho bese ayamangala unekhono lokumangala kube sengathi into uyaqala ukuyibona wamangaza ukuthi kunama potholes eJoburg wamangaza ukuthi ama street light awasebenzi mhlambe ne load shedding yamangaza ukuthi khona asibambe le video ngicela ukuze ukuphala kwakho la ku comment section bengithi angikuphi update ngokwenzeka lapha ku Adhoc committee njengoba bekusuku lokuqala la besilindele khona ukuzwa ukuthi uzothini uLieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi mina nawe sidibane kwi video elandelayo ngiyabonga.